Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Deva Bagaskara and I'm from International ICT Business 2 and I'm from Group 4. I hope our explanation will be useful for all of you. Here, I'd like to explain to all of you guys about open economy. Open economy is an economy that can interact with other countries, engaging in international trade, which are export and import of goods and services as well as capital with other countries. There is two types of flow of goods, which are export and import. The first one is export. Physically, export is defined as the delivery and sale of domestically made goods to other countries. This delivery will cause a flow of expenditure to the corporate sector. Thus, the aggregate expenditure will increase as a result of the activities of exporting the goods and services. And in the end, this even will increase the national income. Second one is import. Import is a purchase and entry of goods from abroad to the country or into the economy. This flow of goods will cause an outflow expenditure from the household sector and the corporate sector. And in the end, this outflow will cause a decrease in the national income. And from these two things, we can determine what is the net export. Net export is the export value minus the import value. The net export have the value of plus if the export is bigger than the import, and we can call it the trade surplus. Otherwise, net export have the value of minus if the export is lower than the import, and we can call it trade deficit. And last one, the net export can be zero if the export and the import are equal, and we can call it the balanced trade. There are several factors that influence these three aspects, which are the consumer taste, the prices and transportation cost, the currency or exchange rate, the consumer income, and the government policy.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Nuraihan. I'm from International ICT Business 2. I'm from Group 4. I hope our explanation is useful for you all. Thank you. The flow of financial resources is divided into: first, foreign capital flows are the entry of a number of foreign funds into a country for investment purposes. Second, capital outflow is a transaction to purchase assets from abroad. The purchase of foreign assets will release funds to pay for the purchase of these assets. Third, net capital outflow. The term net capital outflow refers to purchases of foreign assets by domestic people minus purchases of domestic assets by foreigners, usually referred to as foreign investment. Fourth, there are two types of foreign capital flows, namely A. Active foreign direct investment, B. Passive foreign portfolio investment. Factors that affect foreign capital flows, including A. The real interest rate paid on foreign assets, B. The real interest rate paid on domestic assets, C. Economic and political risk, D. Government policy.
Hello everyone, my name is Teguh Widodo. I'm from International ICT Business 2. I'm from Group 4 and I hope these explanations can be useful for you all. Okay then, let's get started. Here I'm going to talk to you about equations in open economy, so please listen carefully to understand what I'm saying. Okay, firstly, I'm going to talk you about the equations for net export and net capital outflow. In open economy, total NCO equal total NX, where the NCO it means net capital outflows and NX it means net exports. Okay, next. Okay, if economy is closed, we have these equations, but in open economy we have these equations. So what's the difference about this? 1, 2, 3, that's perfect. For open economy we have NX. NX it means next exports. What is NX? nx equals x minus m. X is export and M is import. Okay, how about saving? For saving, we have these equations. S, it means saving. I, it means domestic investment. And NCO, it means net capital outflow.
From the explanations
Okay, next.
I've explained, we got a three result: trade deficit, balance trade, trade surplus. For trade deficit, we have export less than import, next export less than O, and the equations Y less than C plus I plus G, and for saving less than investment, and net capital outflow less than O. For balance trade, export equal import, next export equal O, Y equal C plus I plus G, and a saving equal investment, and then net capital outflow equal O. Okay, and trade surplus, it means export more than import, next export more than O, and the equations Y more than C plus I plus G, saving more than investment, and net capital outflow more than O.
Okay, I have example for these equations. For example, we know C consumptions equal 200 plus 0.6 YD, investment equal 45, government equal 30, tax equal 10, TR equal 8, export equal 22, and import equal 5. And the questions are first Y and second C consumptions. Okay, for the first step, we have to know about YD, where the YD is Y minus tax plus TR, and then YD equals Y minus tax 10 plus TR is 8, and then we compute Y minus 2. Okay, because we will know about Y, so we can write down the equations. The equation says Y equal C plus I plus G plus export minus import, and then you can put C is 200 plus 0.6 YD, and plus I is 45, plus G is 30, and then for export 22 minus import 5. Okay, we can calculate 200 plus 0.6, because YD is equal Y minus 2, we can put this Y minus 2 plus 75 plus 17. Okay, and then equal 200 92 plus 0.6y minus 1.2 and equal, we can put this to this. We can take this to put this, I'm sorry. Y minus 0.6y equal 290.8 and 0.4y equal 290.8 and y equal 727. It's the answer. Alright, so next we can discuss for B. Okay, for B we will know about C or consumptions, but we got this value C equal 200 plus 0.6 YD. But do you know about these equations from C equal CO minus B, this B 0.6 is B, and then YD. Okay, and we can calculate 200 plus 0.6 y minus 2 and 200 plus 0.6 727 minus 2 and equal 200 plus 435 and the answer is 635. That's its answer. So this is the answer. Okay, done. Thank you. Okay, I hope what I explained can useful for you all. Thank you and see you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nabil Ikhwanul Haq. I'm from class ICT Business 2 and I'm here for explain some business material. First, I want to explain what is devaluation. Devaluation is the deliberate downward adjustment of the value of a country money relative to another currency, group of currency, or currency standard. Countries that have a fixed exchange rate or semi-fixed exchange rate use this monetary policy tool. It is often confused with depreciation and is the opposite of revaluation, which refers to the readjustment of a currency exchange rate. And what is the key? Devaluation is the deliberate downward adjustment of a country currency value. The government issuing the currency decides to devalue a currency. Devaluing a currency reduces the cost of a country export and can help shrink trade. And I want to explain the second. What is a revaluation? A revaluation is a calculated upward adjustment to a country's official exchange rate relative to a chosen baseline. The baseline can include wage rates, the price of gold, or a foreign currency. Revaluation is the opposite of devaluation, which is a downward adjustment of a country's official exchange rate. And the key of a revaluation is a calculated upward adjustment to a country's official exchange rate relative to a chosen baseline, such as a wage rate, the price of gold, or a foreign currency. In a fixed exchange rate regime, only a country government, such as its central bank, can change the official value of the currency. In floating exchange rate system, currency revaluation can be triggered by a variety of events, including change in the interest rates between various countries or large-scale events that impact an economy. Scale events that impact an economy, understanding a revaluation in a fixed exchange rate regime. Only a decision by a country government, such as its central bank, can alter official value of the currency. Developing economies are more likely to use a fixed rate system in order to limit speculation and provide a stable system. A floating rate is the opposite of a fixed rate. In a floating rate, if environment revaluation can occur on a regular basis, as seen by observable fluctuation in the foreign currency market and the associated exchange rates. What is exchange rate? An exchange rate is the value of one nation currency versus the currency of another nation or economic zone. For example, how many US dollars does it take to buy 1 euro? As July 31, 2020, the exchange rate is 1.80, meaning it takes $1.18 to buy 1.1 euros. And what is the key of an exchange rate is the value of a country currency versus that of another country or economic zone. Most exchange rates are free floating and will rise or fall based on supply and demand in the market. Some currencies are not free floating and have restriction. Types of exchange rate: free floating. A free floating exchange rate rises and falls due to change in the foreign exchange market. Restricted currencies: some countries have restricted currency, limiting their exchange to within the country's border. Also, a restricted currency can have its value set by the government. And the third, currency peg. Sometimes a country will peg its currency to that of another nation. For instance, the Hong Kong dollar is pegged to US dollar in a range of 7.75 to 7.85 and 2. This means the value of the Hong Kong dollar to the US dollar will remain within this range. Thank you for your attention. Sorry for bad grammar or language.